Hello, I'm Musical Daredevil, and this is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. This will be the glitchless main quest route, so you will not be seeing anything like horse tilts or load warping or quick save quick loading, but you will be seeing plenty of other speed strats throughout the run. Time hasn't started quite yet. Time will start as soon as I load this save and I get character control. We are going to be skipping the whole opening cutscene. You won't be seeing me go on an epic carriage ride into Helgen. That's a very slow cutscene. We don't have character control. Gonna run to this tower. Going to quick save in case I miss a jump here. And now Alduin's going to be super helpful and allow us to jump around this tower and onto the Helgen walls. This is a big shortcut that will allow us to skip a lot of running all the way through Helgen. Over this wall, and that is the door into the caverns. Now I'm going to show off a strat called bumping. If you bump into an NPC who has an audio file playing, then it will skip to the end of their dialogue. And as you can imagine, with all the dialogue that's in this game, skipping to the end of it can save you a whole lot of time throughout the entire run. You're going to see just how much time bumping can save in some of the later cutscenes. Now, we were supposed to put that armor on, but we're not going to do that. That's slow. We don't need it anyway. This room is supposed to have an encounter in there. We're going to run right through it, unlock that door with the key we got in the chest earlier, and now I'm going to jump down the stairs. I do have to be careful and manage my stamina throughout the entire run, because we do a lot of running, and if I don't have good recovery spots, then that can affect how quickly I go through the run. This is a nice straight hallway. I'm just going to run through here. Down at the bottom of this room is a satchel that has some lockpicks in it. We are going to need those later. Gotta run through this hallway. Then this room is one for jumping. Jumping can be a bit finicky in Skyrim. If the game thinks you're in the air, then you cannot jump at all. And you'd be surprised at how many times you think the game is in the air when you kind of aren't. That jump can also be a bit finicky. This lever likes to not work sometimes, but I think it worked this time. Yep, we're good. Gonna run around this corner. Gonna conserve my stamina a bit here. This area can be a bit hard to run in. Sometimes I get a weird physics glitch there. Now I am conserving my stamina for this room, because this room has some spiders in it, and if these spiders hit me with their webs, then I will lose all of my stamina. And that's not great for a run. But it looks like I did not get hit. This cart has some wine and some gold in it. I'm going to try and take the wine. There we go. I will be using that wine much later on in the run. You will be seeing me take a lot of wine in a lot of locations during the Glitchless main quest run. Anyway, around this corner, just going to jump down here. And we are out of the tutorial caverns. Gonna wait here. Now we are going to run to Arvel's cabin. Now something you're going to be seeing me do a lot is I'm going to run until I run out of stamina. Then I'm going to stop running for a bit, wait, and then that will regain my stamina as well as any health I might lose by jumping off cliff faces. Like that one. I do have to stop running before I wait, otherwise I don't recover my stamina. Not quite sure why the game works that way, but it does. Sometimes I forget and I don't recover my stamina, and it's a bit of a shock. This is the path you would normally come down if you were playing the game casually. We're coming down it too, but faster. This waterfall can be a bit finicky with jumping sometimes. Looks like I got across just fine. Also, this can be a bit finicky with jumping as well. There we go. Arvel's cabin is just around the corner here. This is going to be an important fast travel location in a bit. Now, something that can happen is I can get a random encounter here where some bandits or some necromancers or other enemies will just be here. And if that happens, then I can't wait, because you can't wait while enemies are nearby. And that wastes a lot of time. But it looks like I got a bit lucky, and that didn't happen here. So I've gotten the fast travel point. We're going to run past Riverwood and end up almost at Whiterun. Not quite. We're not going to go all the way there yet. Instead, we're going to get another fast travel point. Head around these rocks. Riverwood is right there. Got that fast travel point. We're going to have our first enemy encounter up ahead that we're actually going to fight. That's going to be a wolf, because if I don't kill it, then it's going to follow us and I won't be able to wait. I do have to be careful with how long I use the flame spell I'm going to use, because if I'm casting a spell, I waited too long and I got the cutscene there. Unfortunate. I waste some time there. Not yet. Come on, game. That's not the button I pressed. It's especially bad luck if I get that during some of the dragon fights I'm going to be doing. And there's not a whole lot I can do about those. That mill up there is our ultimate destination. And right by this mill is a guard. And this guard is a very important job. He is going to take us to jail. We are going to be going to jail a lot throughout the run. The reason why I went to jail just now is because we have now discovered Dragon's Reach. Very important fast travel point. Now we're going to head back to the mill. You're going to hear the companions fighting a giant over there. We're going to ignore them and head over to the stables to get that fast travel point. And now that I've gotten that, we are going to head to Windhelm.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some accounts. They say the big old palace there was built by you.
Now that I am in Windhelm, I am going to steal a horse. I have to stand in a bit of a specific location. Looks like that horse wandered off. It does that sometimes. Stand here. Perfect. Now that I've stolen that horse, we're going to head to Riverwood. But we're not going to do any quest things in Riverwood just yet. Instead, we have other fast travel points to discover. You might have heard that horses are a bit overpowered in Skyrim. Well, I am about to show you just how overpowered they can be. I'm going to head up this path here, off to the side. Going to head onto these rocks here. Going to wait to regain the horse's stamina. Then run a bit more, and I'm going to press into the seam here. Now, what should happen is I should get popped up. There we go. Should get popped up a bit more. Perfect. Yes, horses can climb cliff faces in Skyrim. Very, very useful if you want to get somewhere high very fast. We're going to head up the side of this mountain. There is a bit of RNG here where the horse can either go fast or slow. This seems to be a bit on the slower side, so a little unlucky here. It's not terrible, but if this was a PB attempt, it would be rather annoying. Over to the side here. These rocks up here can be a bit finicky, so I have to jump it. There we go. That was a nice jump. Good job, horse. And we continue on the path. You probably know where I am going. And I have now ridden a horse all the way to High Hrothgar. But we're not done yet. This horse has more places to take us. I'm going to head off the side here, up these rocks, over this rock. Whoops, there we go. Up this way, onto these rocks here. Gonna wait. Now I've gained this height. This should pop me up. Not quite. There we go. Alright, not super optimal, but we got up here in the end. I'm going to zigzag up this mountain face. I have to jump this. Oh, horse did not like that. This looks good. Alright. Got a couple more rock areas to jump over. First one is up this way. Second one's over here. I oftentimes have a lot of trouble with this one. Sometimes getting some extra height over here helps. There we go. And I have now ridden a horse to the throat of the world. And now that I have done that, we can head back to Anis's cabin, not Arvel's cabin. Arvel is another person. And we are going to head to Bleak Falls Barrow. Inside of Bleak Falls Barrow is a very important quest item that we are going to need early on. Gonna wait here, regain some stamina, just to speed up a bit. And that's all the horse has to do for us. We can say bye to our horse. No more horse shenanigans for the Glitchless main quest route. Good. Sometimes I run a bit too far and then I can't get that weight. There's a certain hallway I need to get to before I can wait for this to be optimal. Should hopefully be able to get there. Yeah, I think I'm good. Perfect. Up here we have our first pillar puzzle. The solution is always the same. There's a bandit in that room and that bandit might try to kill me while I'm doing the puzzle. Very rude of him. Come on, lever. There we go. Down here are some skeevers. I do have to kill them because they can mess up a weight I have to do down there. There we go. That's the way I need to do. Now, there's a giant spider up ahead. We're going to ignore it. We're just going to run through here, and this is Arvel. That's what I was thinking of. Now that we've freed Arvel, we're just going to kill him because he has a very important item. And that bandit's going to take care of that spider for us. In the meantime, we're going to run off the side here. I'm going to wait here. And we are in the undead portion of this barrow. Oops, got sliced by the axes. Not a huge deal. Jumping through here. Jumping around corners is oftentimes much better than running. Good weight there. Grab some gold from this chest that we're going to need. This is a nice clear area. I can wait here. Jump down the side of this here and we can get exactly to where we need to go. Oftentimes when I'm playing casually, I get lost in that section. And good, I remembered to stop there and recover stamina, because I do have to run past this Draugr here. If I'm lucky, I can wait here. Perfect. Another room to run through, and there's lots of Draugr in this one. Up and around, gotta make sure I make this jump. Because if I fail this jump, it's a very annoying climb back up the stairs because that Draugr will be in my way. Now we have the Golden Claw puzzle. This puzzle always has the same solution, as do all the Golden Claw puzzles. Very easy, just twice on every ring. If you're playing this game casually, you can use that puzzle solution at home too. Through here we have our first boss fight of the run. It's a big Draugr, but we have destruction magic, so this will not be an issue. We shall also get our first dragon word here. If you're at all familiar with the marketing behind Skyrim, this is one of the very important words. It is Fus. Here's the boss. We're just gonna catch him on fire. And he's done. Gonna grab the Dragonstone from him, grab all that loot. Very important. And I missed the jump there. Probably because I was in the air. I do get stuck on this door a lot. Hopefully I won't today. Now that we've done Bleak Falls Barrow, we can head back to Dragon's Reach and actually go inside this time. And not in jail. Next we need to talk to the Jarl of Whiterun and tell him that there has been a dragon attack because dragons have come back. And that's very, very bad news for everyone. I do have to try to avoid some dialogue here. It looks like I did. Now that we have done that, we are going to go back to jail. So the reason why we went to jail is because there was a whole bunch of dialogue that we were trying to skip. And we just did. Now that we have done that, we can head right back up to the Jarl, and the first thing Jarl says is, "Well done." Thanks, Jarl. And after that bit of dialogue, we're going to head over to Farngar, the Court Wizard. We're going to turn in the Dragonstone. And he's going to say, "Don't worry, I'm going to study the Dragonstone," and then who knows what else will happen.
The Dragonstone, that is...
Now, a very important plot development has happened. See, another dragon has been discovered just outside of town at the Western Watchtower. And so the Jarl, as well as Farngar, and some of the guards want me to go with them and help them defeat this dragon. So we're going to head over there right now. So what happened during the opening cutscene of the game that we skipped is that we were on a nice carriage ride to Helgen, and we were apparently caught of some sort of crime. No one really knows. But we were supposed to be executed, and then a dragon suddenly came back. Now, dragons are not a normal thing in Skyrim or Tamriel or the Empire or anywhere. So the dragons coming back is actually quite a shock. And no one quite knows what to make of it. But anyway, now that I've gotten here to the Western Watchtower, I think I'm going to leave, and we're just going to head to somewhere else. Let's head to Winterhold. That sounds good.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Hope you're not getting too wet back there.
So yes, that is the backstory of Skyrim, for those of you who didn't know. Alright, welcome to Winterhold, and I actually changed my mind. I think I'm going to head back and help him out with the dragon. Now, the reason why I did all of that was actually to skip a cutscene, where the dragon comes down over the mountain. It's nice and cinematic, but it's also really, really slow. This can be a little bit of RNG, and it looks like I got bad RNG here. That dragon's not going to be landing. I do need the dragon to land so I can do anything to it. Come on, please land. Nope, you're going to breathe more fire. Okay, here we go. Now, I got a one-handed weapon. There is a bit of luck involved with the boss Draugr in Bleak Falls Barrow, where you can get a one-handed or a two-handed weapon. One-handed weapons are slow and don't do much damage, as you can see. Two-handed weapons do a lot more damage, and they make this run a lot easier. So now that I've defeated the dragon, we have a bunch of very important fast travel locations to discover. First, I'm going to head to Markarth.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off.
You're going to see me absorb the dragon's soul there. That's something that we, the main character, are able to do. No one else is able to do that. And so a lot of people are quite surprised and in awe of the fact that we can do that. There's a message that'll pop up. There it is. Oops. Now we're going to head from Markarth all the way across the map to Riften.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackbriar Meadery. A few mugs of that, and you'll forget all.
Now that we're in Riften, we are going to head to Solitude.
Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. First time to Solitude?
Now, the thing about Solitude is that I do have to go a little bit out of my way to discover the fast travel point I need. Also, while we're here, we're going to be summoned by the Greybeards. Whoops. Tripped on a tree branch there. That happens all the time.
Where do you want to go?
Last place is
Climb
Morthal.
and back, and we'll be off. Get up there.
And now those are all the carriage rides we need. Now we're going to answer the summons by the Greybeards. Now because I rode a horse all the way to High Hrothgar earlier, we can just fast travel here. And that we have gotten to High Hrothgar, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shout in the leader of the Greybeards' face. And next you're going to see some more bumping. Because Arngir here, who's the leader of the Greybeards, has a lot of dialogue to go through.
I am no. Tell
No
me,
console.
Dragonborn. We are honored to welcome Sky God. Without when you your training
Every time I talk to him, that also skips some of his dialogue.
wind. Sky above. Within.
And we just skipped a whole bunch of dialogue. So now we're going to learn the second word of Unrelenting Force. You heard what it was there. Sometimes these words take a little while to absorb. There we go. And now some more bumping.
But learning a word of power is only the well, that is how the rest as part of breath and
So we didn't absorb Einar's soul there, we just learned how to use Fusro.
you can master Sky guard you. Use your unrelenting
Dialogue got a bit out of whack there. That Greybeard's gonna have a bit of a time. I sometimes accidentally get him too. No big deal.
well. You learn. Impressive. We will perform your next trial.
Now I'm going to wait, and that is going to teleport all the Greybeards outside. And we are going to learn a new shout.
We will now see how you learn. Master Bori will teach you wood.
Now one thing you might notice about bumping is that I do wait a second when bumping an NPC before I bump them again. That's actually required. If I try and bump into an NPC right after bumping them, then it's not going to skip their dialogue.
Approach. Now we will see
Wait again to teleport them over there.
the Wolfgar, Master Bori.
I'm going to equip that shut because they need me to use it.
Now, your turn. Stand. Your quick mastery. You are now retrieve. Remain true to the way of the voice.
So that we have done that, we can head to Morthal. Actually, no, we will not be heading to Morthal. We will be heading to Markarth, the other M. Almost forgot. It's very important that I do this. What we are going to do at Markarth is we are going to head to Skyhaven Temple. Skyhaven Temple is a place that we need to head to later on in the main quest. But if I was to head there when I'm supposed to plot-wise, there are two boss-level dragons that are going to spawn that are very, very difficult to deal with. If I head there early instead, there is a much lower-level dragon that I can just run past and won't be a big problem. Now, one of the nice things about getting Roller and Sprint is that it's actually a very useful speed strat. You can see when I run out of stamina, I just use it and it boosts me forward pretty far. I might not be able to wait here because you might have heard a dragon just land nearby. If I get far enough, there we go, then I can wait again. There are enemies nearby. Really? Alright, fine. To know where the enemies are. This is a rock I commonly trip over. Looks like it was fine this time. Alright. Full stamina once again. Wait here. And then I just drop down. Inside of here is a chest that I will want to get. That might have some gold in it. Game. Forsworn are very annoying. Now, normally you'd have to do a whole bunch of puzzles, but you can just parkour up here. This tree is the bane of my existence. Because there's a somewhat precise jump you have to do in order to get up here. I don't think I got it. Oh, I did. Alright. That's fine. Now, I might not be able to wait immediately. Looks like it was fine. Alright. Now we can head to Morthal. And once we get to Morthal, we are going to head out of town to a barrow called Ustengrav. Inside of Ustengrav is the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. The Greybeards have sent us on a fetch quest to retrieve it. Not for a particular reason, they just want us to do that. Welcome to Bethesda quest writing. One other nice thing about using Whirlwind Sprint is that I can use it to get across rivers and other water areas pretty quickly. Normally you have to swim there, of course. But with Whirlwind Sprint, I can just do this. No swimming required. Gotta head this way. I think those are spiders. And here we are at Ustengrav. Now, outside of Ustengrav is a necromancer, I should say. Just one. You might see multiple people here. Those are people the necromancer has raised. But if I just kill the necromancer, they all go away. Goodbye. Gonna wait outside of here. There are enemies nearby. Where? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, I'll wait inside. Fine. Now inside of here are more necromancers. We are just going to run past them. Now down below here is an area where the necromancers and the Drakkar are fighting. I'm going to hopefully run all the way past them and into this room. In this room we have a bit of a shortcut. Just jump up here. And we're going to sprint across there. Then around this corner. Hopefully I can wait here. Nope. Alright. Now what's going to happen is all the necromancers and the Drakkar that were following me are now in this room. You can hear them all following me. Gonna come down this pillar here. There we go. Run past these. This is the Whirlwind Sprint test. I got past it there. Up ahead is what's supposed to be a puzzle, but I'm just going to run through it. Take that, puzzle. Got some spiders there. They hit me. You can see what happens there. Lost all my stamina. These spiders might also follow me into this room. And here's where the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller is supposed to be. However, it was actually not here. Instead, there was a note from someone saying they took the horn and they want us to meet them in Riverwood. Very mysterious. I'm going to wait here. No, open the door. There we go. Now these necromancers seem to have gone back to normal. So they're going to follow me out. Goodbye. And final whirlwind sprint out of here. So now we can head to Riverwood. Now what the note told us is that we need to meet them at the Riverwood Inn and ask for the attic room, so we're going to do that. Oh, courier.
A letter. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
That happens sometimes, where couriers just randomly deliver stuff to us. If you've played this game casually, you know all about the couriers. Anyway, here is the innkeeper. There is some RNG here that can happen where she sits down and that makes things slow. Didn't happen this time.
We don't have an attic room, but you can have the one on the left.
We're here to bring her in.
So I think we need to talk. Follow me.
Now she's going to take us to a secret room, which is in here.
Now we can talk.
Put those things away. There's a whole lot of wine here that you're going to see me steal. Again, will be useful much later on in the run. Alright, let's talk.
Graybeards seem to think you're the surprise. You can't be too careful. I didn't go to. I am not your enemy. Like I said, I'm part of. If you really are Dragonborn, then. If you don't trust me, you were a fool to walk in here. We remember you're the old. Can you do it? Good, and you'll have a chance to prove dragons aren't. They weren't. Now something's happening to bring them back. And I figured we're going to go there. And your kinds grow. There's an ancient dragon. I need to get into my traveling gear. Give me a minute and I'll be
See
ready.
potions here I will need. And some gold.
That's better.
Delphine does not care if we take all this stuff. We're a friend, I guess.
You just find that lying around? Must be your lucky day.
Take those as well. Take all this wine. As well as the bread. I'll be taking this cheese. Cheese is actually extremely powerful. You might see why. This cheese as well, actually. Alright.
Right. Happy trails.
That's enough wine for now. We will be taking more wine later on. Now, off to Kynesgrove. So what the dialogue I just skipped said is that Delphine is a part of an ancient order who is basically investigating what's going on with these dragons. There was one dragon that came back during the opening cutscene that I mentioned, but it seems like a whole bunch more are coming back. And they're actually coming back to life. Now, there are a whole bunch of burial mounds scattered throughout Skyrim, and we are on our way to one just to see what the heck is going on. Gonna head up this mountain here. These rocks can be a bit finicky. There we go. I'm going to wait here. That dragon doesn't count as an enemy just yet. The reason why I'm waiting is so Delphine will teleport here, because Delphine's going to be very helpful. Now we just start wailing. Whoop. Alright, Delphine's here. Delphine, please grab his attention. Thank you. There he is. Now just wait for a bit while I absorb its soul.
Something's happening. God's above. So you really are.
So what Delphine wanted was for us to prove that we were Dragonborn. Now that she has seen us absorb this dragon's soul, she knows for a fact that we are Dragonborn. Waiting for some dialogue here.
I owe you
There we
some
go.
answers, don't I? Go ahead. Whatever you want to know. I'm one of the... A very... For the last... Now that dragons are coming back. Not a damn thing. I was just as surprised as you to find that the Thalmor are our best.
Let's scroll a bit.
If they nothing, the Empire, and now the dragon. Who else gains from that? But the problem is that place is locked. Meet me back. Keep an eye on the sky.
And back to Riverwood. Grab the door there.
I don't think you were followed. Come on, I have a plan.
Wait here for Delphine.
I figured out how we're going to get you. That would be a bad idea. I'd be the Thalmor. I can get you. I have his name. I'll get. While you're doing, meet me at the Solitude stables after you've arranged things with Malborn.
Alright, so what Delphine told us is that she's not exactly sure why dragons are coming back to life. What she thinks may be happening is that this is being instigated by some of the enemies of Skyrim known as the Thalmor. The Thalmor is a political pact of two of the races in Tamriel, who are kind of one of the bad factions in a way. Anyway, I'm gonna go to... Actually, I'm not gonna go to jail. Instead, I'm gonna pay off my bounty, because this is known as guard warping. It basically takes me inside of Solitude really quickly, so I don't have to go up a big old path. So what she wants us to do is infiltrate their embassy and see if they know anything about the dragons coming back. Now we're going to meet up with a contact named Malborn, who is going to smuggle some items for us into the embassy. Malborn does glitch out sometimes, so I'm going to quick save.
Really? Here's the deal. Don't plan on... Give me what you can't live without. Okay, I'll get this inside the embassy for you.
So we're going to give him our weapon.
I'll find you at the party. Don't worry.
Going to give him all the potions we got. Going to give him all of our wine. We actually need to give him our lockpicks, which are here, as well as all of our gold. And that's it. Now Malborn is going to smuggle those items into the embassy for us. Security at the embassy is pretty tight, so we can't just bring in weapons with us. Now the way we're going to get into the embassy is we're going to pretend that we are going to a party. Delphine got us an invitation.
Have you given Malborn the gear you... Good. But the only... Which means you... When you're ready, you'll only have what... You can't go...
But in order to go to a party, we need to put on party clothes.
Party at the... I guess that will... Ready to board the carriage to the embassy? Don't worry. Just make sure. Good luck.
We are going to be wearing these party clothes for the rest of the run. We'll be fighting dragons and doing other quests in our party clothes, so it'll be great.
Thank you, sir. Go right in.
Arriving by carriage, no less.
And you are? Please. Madam, what is it, Malborn?
So sorry.
And here's Malborn, who helped us out with the embassy. He's...
Run out of the Alto wine. Do I have your permission to uncork the...
What's the hurry?
Told you before, not
Yes, Madam Ambassador.
my...
So that we have done that, we need to cause a distraction. First thing we need to do to cause a distraction
Until we both live through this day. Here you go, sir.
is get a drink,
Is there anything else I can get for you?
and then tell Malborn we're ready.
Waiting by the door for everyone to be distracted.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to give the drink to this guy. He's already a bit drunk, so needless to say, Malborn just wanted to give him another drink. But all we're going to do is ask him to cause a distraction.
Stand back and behold my...
And that's all we need to get snuck into the rest of the embassy. Just wait for Malborn to unlock the door.
Attention, everyone. Could I have your attention, please? I have an announcement to make.
Let's go. Let's go.
Some more wine over here we will grab.
When our mistress, I speak figuratively, of course. Nothing could be more unlikely than that someone would
Come on, Malborn. There we go.
her in their bed. Although most of you
Now, this would be a sneaking section if you play this game casually, but for us, it's going to be a running section.
Never should have come.
Jump over here. This is probably one of the harder parts of the run. The especially difficult part of it is actually coming right up. Jump over those tables. Grab that chest. Down here. Quick save. Now this area is very hard to navigate around. I need to dodge all of these guards. Need to head to this chest down here. Lure the guards out a bit. Get back up these stairs. Then once I am up here, I need to read the book I picked up from that chest down there. This one. And then kill one of these guards specifically. And this is why I brought all the health potions. Oh, never mind. I somehow got insta-killed. Alright. Read this book again. Equip both flames. Okay, perfect. That was one of the guards that needed to die. That guard had a key on him. Now that I've done that, I'm going to head to this trap door. And hopefully make it out of the embassy. There is a frost drill here that will hopefully distract everyone else. We are out of the embassy. Now that we are out of the embassy, we are going to head to Riften, where we fast traveled to earlier. That book that we read before all the guards spawned in tells us that one of the Blades agents named Esbern is actually... There we go. He's actually alive and in Riften. The Thalmor know he's in Riften, so they have come here to try and find him and interrogate him about the dragons coming back. Because it turns out the Thalmor don't actually know about the dragons coming back either. But they think Esbern might know. And so we need to find Esbern before the Thalmor do. That jump can be a bit finicky sometimes, but I got it. So these are the sewers of Riften. This is where the Thieves Guild hangs out. And it's also where a whole bunch of outlaws hang out. It is also where Esbern hides. Now the Thalmor have already gotten here, but they haven't found Esbern yet. But I know exactly where Esbern is. He's around this corner.
What? No. Oh, how real. What? You'd better come inside. Quickly now. Thalmor agents have been seen in the rat.
This is a bit of a cutscene break. Very good hydration break. I hope all of you are staying hydrated.
This one always sticks. There we go. Only a couple more. There we are. Come in. That's you. There is hope. Dragon. No, the dragons are me. Haven't you feel? Aldwin, the dragon. No one can escape him. Look, the prophet. We must go quickly now. Did you hear that?
So that we have found Esbern and the Thalmor going to come in here, but I can just roar and spin past all of them. Oh, maybe I can't. Oh well. I'm too fast for them anyway. Don't worry about Esbern, he is perfectly capable of taking care of himself. Now, what Esbern told us is that there is a prophecy of the return of Alduin, who is that big dragon that we missed in the opening cutscene because we skipped it. Goodbye. Now, Alduin is known as the World Eater, and he is basically going to bring about the end of the world unless we stop him. As the person who is Dragonborn, it is our destiny to stop him. And Esbern is going to help us do that. Of course, first we have to get out of the sewers.
Need some help.
Sometimes the Thalmor follow me into the Thieves Guild. It's kind of fun when that happens. Doesn't seem like they did this time. Get this lever here. This is the bridge we jumped around. These enemies sometimes follow me out of the right way, and it's annoying. Because then I can't fast travel. But we made it. So now we can head to Riverwood. And we can bring Esbern to Delphine. Esbern and Delphine shall be reunited at last. They used to work together. With all this business, Esbern is basically just hiding away, and Delphine's been an innkeeper.
Did you say something? Delphine.
So now that they have met, we're going to head out of the inn and head back in, because this is going to skip a lot of dialogue.
Everything, of course. There's no time to lose.
Wait for request update. There it is. So now the quest would have us go all the way to Skyhaven Temple, but we have already been there, so we can just fast travel. Gonna head over here. Wait, and that's going to teleport Esper and Delphine here as well.
The Akaviri blood seal can only be opened with the right kind of blood. Your blood.
Now Skyhaven Temple can only be opened with Dragonborn blood, which is me, so I have to do that. And there is the secret entrance to Skyhaven Temple. Gonna wait on the stairs here. That's going to teleport Esmer and Delphine to the wall. Going to head over here and pick up one of the more overpowered weapons of the game when it comes to fighting dragons. We will be using that a bunch.
Here is Aldrin.
Now I have a whole bunch more bumping. This would be a long cutscene, but made it a lot shorter by skipping all the dialogue.
Aldrin's do.
So does it show how to...
Patient. Yes, yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shackle.
You mean they used a shackle?
Oh yes, presumably something rather specific. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of old.
So we're looking for a... You ever heard of such a thing? You're probably right. Right. We'll look around Talos. Have you ever heard of a shout that can knock a dragon out of...
So, what Esper and Delphine discovered in Skyhaven Temple is that the way to defeat Alduin the World Eater is with a shout. We will be taking care of getting that shot later. In the meantime, we are going to head to Winterhold. And guess what we're going to do? We are going to go to jail again. If there are any guards around. Guards? There we go.
You have committed crimes against...
Now the reason why we went to jail is that this jail happens to be very, very close to our next quest objective. Oh, that was easy. See, we need to talk to someone named Septimus Cygnus, who's going to give us a couple of very useful items for finding an Elder Scroll. Septimus is this way. There we go. Whoops, I went underwater. I didn't want to. Can I jump up here? Nope, physics. Physics is fun. So here's Septimus's cave. Now, Septimus isn't going to give us the items willingly. We are going to have to pickpocket them from him. This is a little bit of RNG here. Sometimes it can take me a lot of attempts, sometimes it takes me only a couple. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. This isn't even the most attempts I've had. Alright, 11 tries. Like I said, not the worst luck I've had there. So now that we have gotten those 2 items, we are going to use them to get an Elder Scroll. We're going to start at Windhelm, and we are going to run to a Dwemer Ruin, and that Dwemer Ruin is going to take us to a cave that leads to another Dwemer Ruin, and that Dwemer Ruin has the Elder Scroll in it. The reason why we need an Elder Scroll is we basically need to kind of go back in time to learn the shout to be used to defeat Alduin, because no one knows it. Last time Alduin was defeated was like thousands of years ago, and so the people who created that shout are no longer around and have not taught it to anyone. And the only way for us to learn it is to go back in time and learn it from them. It seems those wolves have followed me, so I will not be able to wait and regain stamina. There we go. They love to follow me. Dwemer Ruin is just on the other side of these rocks here. Wait here. There is an ice wraith that often spawns. Yep, there it is. So I'll not be able to wait here, but this is mostly jumping at this point. It can sometimes see me and attack me. Doesn't look like that happened this time. This is Ralbathar. This is the Dwemer Ruin that we will be using to get all the way down to where the Elder Scroll is kept. It didn't really need to wait there, but that regains stamina, so why not? It's going to head into Ralbathar. Take care of this bandit here. Oh, got a cutscene again. I thought I stopped in time, but I guess not. Oh well. Rest for 1 hour there. And now we can head into Ralbathar. This is also a part of the run that can get a bit dicey. So there's bandits in here. And later on there's a whole bunch of Dwemer stuff and Falmer. Oh, I am not lost. I know exactly where I'm going. Should get Whirlwind Sprint momentarily. There it is. Gonna jump over this and avoid some spike traps that will hit me. And by spike traps, I mean propeller traps. That is a Dwemer Centurion. That can do a lot of damage, but I'm going to jump up the stairs here, and it will not be able to get to me. Jump up these stairs as well. Whirlwind Sprint to this lever, and activate it, and we can head downstairs. Gotta wait there. That is good. I need that wait because I need stamina. This is really where the run can get dicey. I need to jump up onto a tent that is on the upper floors, but there are Falmer here, and one of them is a mage, and that mage is going to be casting ice spells at me. There he is. Nice. That was actually pretty quick. Sometimes I can get bad luck there, and it'll take me forever, and I can get killed as well. Right here. There are some very tempting buttons on the floor, but those buttons do bad things, so I will not be pressing them. Instead, we will run around here. I will whirlwind sprint down this hallway. I was very lucky there I was able to get that weight. Sometimes you don't get it. Now in here we have a bit of a puzzle. There are 4 gears that are used to lower the bridge, but those gears have various bones and other objects stuck in them, and we have to free them. And I completely missed that jump. There's the second one. Third one's underwater. Fourth one is over here. Alright, we got it. And now we have what would be a boss battle. But I'm just going to whirlwind sprint past it. Now that boss can one-hit KO me because I'm still level 1. And so the fact that I didn't get that whirlwind sprint all the way was a bit dicey. But I got through there. Now that we have gotten all the way through Ralbathar, we have made it to Blackreach. After wait, of course. This is one of the prettier areas of the run. Pretty nice area, but it comes after a pretty long dungeon crawl. I know the first time I got here, a lot of sort of the mystique and beauty of this area was a bit lost on me because I had just gone through a very long dungeon slog. Got a bit of a precise jump here, and by precise jump I mean roller and sprint. Got it. Gonna jump up this. And that tower over there is our destination. Got another precise whirlwind sprint here. Got it. Around this corner. And this lever takes us up to the tower. Now, we were not the first to discover this tower. There were some bandits who have discovered this tower as well. But they are, of course, all gone. Because they couldn't figure out the puzzle, because they did not have a blank Dwemer lexicon. The blank Dwemer lexicon is one of the items we pickpocketed off of Septimus. So we're going to insert it here. And what we need to do is we need to activate this first button 4 times. That was 2. And that was 4. This one is 2. That is 4. Or that's 2 there, sorry. Then I press that button, and then here's the Elder Scroll. Now that we have done that, we can get out of here. And we can head back to the Greybeards. Now, we are going to tell the Greybeards that we need to learn the shout used to defeat Alduin. The Greybeards are going to get a bit mad because Greybeards like to go slowly. And we just spoke to the Blades. So Argon's going to get a bit pissed, but refers to Parthenex, who's going to help us learn the shout. But first, we are going to learn the final word of Unrelenting Force because we now have the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. We got it from Delphine.
With all 3 words together, this shout is much more powerful. Use it wisely. Master Wolfgar will now gift you with his knowledge of dumb.
You're not Arngir, you are. And now that we have learned the final of the 3 words, we now have another cutscene. Another good hydration break.
We would speak to you. Stand between us and prepare yourself. Few can withstand the unbridled voice of the Greybeards, but you are ready.
Dovahkiin.
Alright, now we get to Taro, argue that we're looking for the shouts, and that we talk to the blades.
Have you learned nothing from us? But heed my warning. No, it is called. We do not regret this loss. Only Paarthurnax. He lives. He speaks to us only those whose voice is strong.
So I mentioned Paarthurnax earlier, who can help us learn the Dragonrend shout. Paarthurnax is all the way at the top of the mountain at the throat of the world. The Greybeards did not want to refer us to Paarthurnax because we, quote, were not ready. But we rushed things by talking to the Greybeards. So we're going to go talk to Paarthurnax. In order to talk to Paarthurnax, we have to learn how to clear skies. And so that's the shout we are learning now. Because there's some bad weather at the throat of the world. Or on the way up, at least.
I will grant you my.
Now that we've done that, we can just go straight to the throat of the world, because remember, we rode a horse here earlier. And now we can talk to Paarthurnax. And it turns out that Paarthurnax is a dragon.
Who are you?
I wasn't expecting Paarthurnax to be a dragon.
By long tradition.
Fun fact about Paarthurnax, Paarthurnax is voiced by Charles Martinet. That is a name you may have heard of before. Same voice actor for Mario, or former voice actor for Mario. Now he's the Mario ambassador. Great guy. Very, very cheerful and very happy to represent Mario.
The word calls you. Go to it. A gift, Dovahkiin. You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
So now we know how to breathe fire. We can just do that now. And the first thing we are going to do after learning to breathe fire is we're just going to breathe fire right in Paarthurnax's face.
You would not come. I'll do. But you're our Hadrime. Drem. Prove some. Perhaps this would. Ha. Very. But. Do. Varucht uns. The no. It was the Kel. Which is why. If you. With. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it.
Alright, so now that we have talked to Paarthurnax and read the Elder Scroll, we have a very, very long cutscene. I'm going to start off this cutscene by talking about what Paarthurnax just told us and all the dialogue I went fast through. See, we are basically watching kind of a movie in Skyrim of 3 heroes who defeated the dragons thousands of years ago when they last roamed free in Skyrim. Now, there was a very massive dragon war that was led by Alduin the World Eater. There were 3 heroes who invented the Dragonrend shout, and they used those to capture and defeat Alduin. But they weren't quite able to defeat Alduin completely. So what they actually did was they used an Elder Scroll to send Alduin forwards in time to the time of Skyrim. Now what we have done is we have brought an Elder Scroll here to the place where they did that. And so we are now looking through an Elder Scroll back in time to see what that shout is. If a normal person was to look at an Elder Scroll, what would happen is they would actually be blinded instantly, because the Elder Scrolls are pretty powerful and also really, really weird artifacts that don't really seem to make any sense whatsoever. If a learned scholar reads an Elder Scroll, they are able to read the Elder Scroll and look at the future, but they eventually become blind by doing that. Because we have brought an Elder Scroll here to something known as the Time Wound, where Alduin was brought forward in time, we're able to watch this happen and learn Dragonrend. Hopefully that has made the plot clear as mud.
None have yet stood against
it's kind of complicated, and it's very hard to describe while going fast.
They did not have Dragon Rend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand.
Another good hydration break.
Cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength, which is why I brought the Elder Scroll. Veldir, we agreed not to use it. I never agreed. And if you are right, I will not need it.
Deal with Alduin ourselves, here and now.
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Tarudis him hind paliv hindan.
Now, one thing you may be thinking of right now is that in the any percent run of Skyrim, we do actually skip this cutscene. The way we do that is by attempting to get married and failing. And that failing of that marriage quest, while you are watching this cutscene, will skip the cutscene, or allow you to move during the cutscene, which will allow you to skip dialogue in it. That is a glitch, and so we can't do that in Glitchless any percent, and so we have to watch this instead.
If I die today, it will not be in terror. You feel the first time, worm. I see it in your eye. Skyrim will be free.
No use. Hold Alduin on the wing. Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. By words with older bones than your own, we break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. We shout you out from all our endings unto the last. You are banished!
Worked. Did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
Alright, so what has happened now is us using the Elder Scroll has actually summoned Alduin here to the Throne of the World. And so we have to fight him now. So I'm going to do some things to prepare for that. Whipping Dragon Bane. I'm going to quick save. This is actually a very difficult fight. I have died here quite a few times. Primarily because it's just me fighting Alduin. Paarthurnax is around, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. Now, ideally, one thing that'll happen is I will actually level up during this fight. Alright, got him. It is kind of easy to forget, but I do have to keep using Dragon Rend on Paarthurnax, or else he flies away, which is kind of annoying. Let's see, I've got some cheese. Oh, I leveled up. So the nice thing about leveling up is that leveling up actually restores my health. And so that's why I was hoping for a level up here. And there's Alduin defeated. Oh, looks like I got Paarthurnax too. Whoops. Did not mean to Dragon Rend you, sorry. Anyway, we've got some dialogue here. Now what's going to happen is Parthenax is going to take off and he's going to land somewhere. He can be a bit indecisive with where he likes to land. He'll sometimes take off from where he just landed over there. And so I have to kind of stand here and figure out where he's going to land. So let's see where he picks. Here, alright.
Lot Congra. I'll do this should shake. Yeah. A fine place to trap one of.
So, we defeated Alduin, but we didn't destroy him completely. We have the same problem the heroes had. See, Alduin has now gone off to Sovngarde. And there he is devouring the souls of all the people who have been slain in battle. I think I did the math correctly there. I had to wait until 5 a.m. I did not do the math correctly. Okay, there we go.
You've done it by my
Sarah's going to call us, going to talk to us a bit. He's going to give us an axe. And then we're going to tell him we need to trap a dragon in his palace. The reason why we need to do that is because we also need to go to Sovngarde. And the only way to get to Sovngarde is through a portal at a place called Skoldafen. Now, we, as a mere mortal, cannot go to Skoldafen. We need a dragon to take us there ourselves. And so we need to trap a dragon at Dragon's Reach, which was actually designed to trap a dragon. And so we just told the Jarl of Whiterun that we need to do that. But the Jarl of Whiterun isn't just willing to trap a dragon in his palace. No problem. See, there is a civil war going on, and he doesn't want us to be dealing with the dragon while there's a civil war going on. So he has asked us to arrange a truce between the two warring parties. And so we're going to talk to the Greybeards and see if they can help us arrange for this peace council to arrange a truce. And then they can trap we can trap a dragon in Dragon's Reach. And then head to Skoldafen and Sovngarde. So they've talked to the Greybeards. We are going to head to Solitude to talk to the leader of one of the warring factions, the Empire and the Thalmor. Gonna guard warp into Solitude again. Very handily, we end up right at the door we need to use to get inside.
Do you have some reason? Right. One of the prisoners.
Now, General Tullius, we actually met at Helgen at the very beginning of the game, but we just kind of skipped past all that.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning
Speak with
an attack on
the
White.
Greybeard. Why? There's nothing.
We're going to tell General Tullius that the Greybeards have arranged a peace council.
Yes. He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men. Watch the skies, traveler.
That's one out of two parties taken care of.
off the coast away.
Now we head to Windhelm to talk to the other party. Not surprisingly, we are going to guard warp here as well.
You have committed crimes against Smart.
The Dovahkiin gets in a lot of trouble during this run. Going to jail several times, paying off bounties. But it's his destiny to stop the World Eater, so what can he do?
I remember you. You were at Helgen with us. I'm sorry to hear that.
Do the dialogue.
It's about time they turn. I have the. I kind of. Good.
Now, because we talked to General Tullius, Jarl Ulfric is willing to come to the Peace Council without any persuasion checks or other things. In order to persuade General Tullius, we actually had to join the Empire. We're not going to do anything about that, though. Instead, we're going to head up to High Hrothgar and do the Peace Council. I'm going to wait for Ulfric to go inside first. I actually did have a really funny glitch happen once where Ulfric got stuck outside. Anyway, I'm going to head around here. I'm going to ignore the Greybeards because there is a small skip I can do for the Peace Council. Wait for an hour. This dialogue pops up, and now we just sit here.
Men of violence are gathered here in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council.
No.
The Greybeards have no...
You can hear some dialogue happening in the background. There is a cue I am waiting for in that dialogue before I get out of this dialogue.
Here, here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that
Tullius is going to teleport there. There he goes.
Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation. You can't dictate who I bring to this council.
Peace? They're not... but take your seat at the
I'm
council
glad we
table.
agree on this.
And that was a skip right there.
Very well.
15 seconds.
Warriors of Skyrim.
So now we have the Peace Council. The Peace Council is basically a very, very long cutscene where there's a few dialogue places that you use to interact. So we're basically just going to sit here for quite a while now. Great spot for donations. I also have an incentive I submitted that you can check out for something else we can do during this very long cutscene.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I have something.
Also good hydration break.
Here we go.
The only reason I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's nothing else to talk about. Unless the Empire is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
A temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more. I consider even talking to the Empire a generous gesture.
Are you done? Did you just come here to make speeches, or can we get down to business?
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar, and do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss...
So this is a fun thing that happens. The camera just starts orbiting if you sit there for a while and don't press the controls.
You can't
You'll be seeing plenty of camera orbits during this cutscene.
negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle.
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be
What
entirely
would the
out of
Empire
character.
want in return?
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that... traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
How about Riften?
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil and threatened Ulfric's southern flank.
The Dragonborn has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk of good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor Ulfric. I can see now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands for your own selfish ambition. Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any dragon to save you.
As always, the Empire's fine words are worth nothing.
Stop! Are you so blind to our danger that you can't see past your pitiless agreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphine?
If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless war. Can you not put aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand. If this truce will help the Dragonborn here put an end to that menace, we both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
Show us bones. Where will these demands end?
Then.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation
This
for
is
your
our
butchery.
homeland, Tullius. All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say? Well said. For once you'll actually pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
It seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thongvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten. You both agree to this?
The sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Elisif? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Elisif. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on, Belmar.
Alright, and that is the Politics and Peace Council done. Now, Esbern is going to give us a quest to kill Paarthurnax. We're not going to do that. I have never done that. And if you've played this game casually, you probably have never done that either. So we're just going to skip that, and we're instead going to learn how to summon a dragon to Dragon's Reach that we are going to trap.
I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan.
Yes.
Hopefully I got here at a good time. We'll see.
Be careful.
Alright, he's here.
We're ready, as I promised. My men know what to do. Make sure you do your part. I'm putting my...
So we just call the dragon's name. Then wait for a bit to summon everyone outside. Sometimes the call doesn't work. There we go. Alright. There he is. So now we have to lure him inside there where the trap is ready. This way, please. Nope. Nope, this way. Come on. Ignore all the people shooting arrows at you. So we're going to head inside and then head back outside, and that's going to skip an animation. And he's trapped.
Many among ourselves. Once he has been lost of only of course I could fly you there.
So Other Thing has now agreed to fly us to Skuldafn, where we can get to Sovngarde and Alduin. But we have to free him first, of course, so we're going to do that. Now, something I'm going to attempt is a cutscene skip. Whoop. A little bit of trouble there. Sometimes Other Thing has trouble. I think I got the cutscene skip. We'll see. Yep, got it. Alright. Gonna quick save here. Run over this way. This is also a difficult part of the run. We're going to scale that cliff face, and we're going to do it without a horse. Now, there is a dragon that you can hear that is going to be attacking me while I do this. That's what makes this difficult. Also, the fact that you can't really jump while going down certain slopes. I think that worked. Maybe not. Okay. Yep, alright, we're good now. That dragon will leave us alone eventually, but until then, we have to deal with all the fire being breathed into us. Yep, come on. There we go. Okay, I think that's high enough now. The dragon will leave us alone. Sometimes he likes to come back. Nope, he has not left me alone. Let's see, what do I got? Okay, up this way. Over to this rock. Up here. Ooh, did that not work? Don't think it did. I think I might have fallen down too much. Okay, try this again. There we go. Alright, that is the hard part of Skuldafn done. That dragon's going to leave us alone now. We head through the rest of Skuldafn. Do have to get to that portal before the Dragon Priest does, but that's not a big problem. And welcome to Sovngarde. Now, Sovngarde is why we took all the wine. See, I cannot wait in Sovngarde, that is not allowed. But the thing about wine is that it increases your stamina, or it regains your stamina, I should say. So instead of waiting, I'll just drink a whole bunch of wine. It'll be a very, very fun run through Sovngarde. You can hear Alduin, also see him occasionally just flying through stuff. He's here. Nope, not that. Up ahead is Tsun. Tsun is someone we have to fight in order to get into the meat hall. We're just gonna wail on him a bunch with Dragon Rent, or Dragonbane. Now we have a nice long Dragonbone bridge. Some more wine there. Looks like I still have all the cheese I got. Didn't need it, I guess. Oh, yes, I did. I needed it at the embassy, but I died, so it didn't make a difference. So now that we have gotten to the meat hall, we are going to meet the 3 heroes that we went back in time to see. And they're going to help us defeat Alduin again. Sovngarde is actually the afterlife, which is why we needed to take a portal there. So all these people are long dead, and they had enough valor that they were able to be here in the Eternal Meat Hall. I do have to go in and out of doors again to skip some dialogue and some other things. Around the corner here. And out one more time. And all 3 of the heroes should now be exactly where they need to be for the end of the game. Bit more wine.
The eyes of shore minds.
You cannot.
Clear skies!
Now I have to do clear skies a bunch for plot reasons.
Again!
Again! Does his strength,
Stand fast! His
his power,
Get Dragon Rend ready. Alduin should be coming this way. Oh, was not able to do Dragon Rend for some reason. That is not the right shout, game. Sometimes the game likes to ignore the shout I've set with my hotkeys. This is one of those times. And now we just wail on Alduin until he's dead. And hopefully someone else will distract him. And time will be as soon as Alduin's life bar hits 0 and he's defeated. And that's time. Let's clear the weather a bit while we watch Alduin disintegrate. Anyway, that is the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Glitchless main quest. Thank you all very much for giving me this opportunity to submit this run.